Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Pearl Lane, the one and only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland of you to 2v2 on Eindhoven. In the north it is Symbiosis and Caumoh. Finally, you got Basil. But here we have Americans and British forces in unison. British 85th Infantry Division in support of the US 3rd Armoured, as they creep up on German positions here being held by Xufe and Angrybirds. Here with the Hammergöring Fallschirmpanzer Division, we got 250 half-tanks, spikes, grenadiers versus jeeps, dingoes, engineers and saps and whatnot. Here with Spec Ops Indian artillery chosen, leaving just Xufe and Angrybirds to make their picks. So, we are as always very grateful and thankful to those who pledge on Patreon and support the Propagandacast that way. And of course, those keep commenting and liking the videos. It really helps a lot with the YouTube algorithms more than ever. So, we are setting out here. Grenadier squad there, halfway done. Number 2, the Angrybirds. Moving up the centre, moving up the west. East side there, German Panzer Pioneer Forces bikes pushing up there. We got Italian coastal defensive Angrybirds. Interesting choice. You can see they haven't gone for the Italians. Maybe the bunkers, maybe it's the howitzers. And the howitzers like pretty good if you know how to use it. Meaning you just actually aim at targets rather than have to get targeted. It could be quite powerful, I've noticed. So maybe it's that, maybe the officer, who knows, but we'll see, I guess. The way that just leaves Xufe then to make a decision here. He's got 2 Italian battle groups to select from. And he's with the scouts here, Panzer Pioneer doing what they can as well in assistance. Not looking great with Angrybirds. Granny is definitely taking a minor beating here and there, though. He's holding his ground. The 3rd Grenadier squad there for Angrybirds. Certainly no Italians for him. And Scout team there absolutely cut down viciously by those Germans. East side, we got the bike they're busy on the section here for Caumoh. And Britannia, we got the Dingo there sneaking in. More firepower here and there. We got another output there for Symbiosis. More GIs.
An officer shall preside over our
we got Basilic Kitty Cat just meowing a bit in the background here. Assault Grenadiers there for Xufe. Not too surprising. Officer squads there for Angrybirds. So poops his Grenadiers. Fairly light tier 1 though, I think, to go for an officer's quarters on. So that is a bit interesting. Normally you'd see 2 Pioneers, then 3 Grenadiers then for that, but instead he's just got 1 Pioneer squad, then 3 Grenadier squads. That is a very interesting strategic decision here by Angrybirds. I have no real idea as to what he's planning here. It's definitely a bit of an enigma. That said, he probably should withdraw these Grenadiers, get them healed up instead of sending them like that. I think he took a lot of unnecessary losses, and honestly, you do the same here. I mean, sure, they're occupying the enemy for a bit, but I don't think they'll be able to occupy them much longer. And again, he can just withdraw them, get them healed up, and save manpower, which allows them to get more units faster. So I think here Angrybirds is unfortunately, for himself at least, committing to some less than deal engagement, which is only helping his opponents. We got an MD42 there. Another tier 1 unit, so that obviously further helps explain, officer sports DSP. He took a lot, I think, unnecessary casualties here that could easily been avoided. Of course, it does mean now, either way, those teammates are not going to get completely overwhelmed and pushed back. I don't think it made much of a difference there. So, been calling to further complicate matters. MD42 team there rhyming here for Angrybirds. Spell goes down to fire in the middle of the road. Do get some smoke here. And the Americans almost took a bit walked into it. That'd been great there for Xufe's assault Grenadiers for sure. Might of course been right here. We got the biggest there for Caumoh, the tech as well there. Closing in, there's also a lot of damage there, but MD42 teams to the rescue, and as British artillery continues to fling 25-pounder shells there in the general direction of the Germans. Grenades for Symbiosis. Finding something. Handheld and explosive there as the opponent. Panzerjägers for Xufe. Clearly have the jeeps, dingoes, and of course future-like vehicles. Infantry Support Center for Symbiosis.
We do not hold any victory points.
And there go triple cap from the Allies against the Axis. Quickly snowball out of control there. the Germans are not careful, allow the opponents, like, you know, help it too well for too long. Of course, you could also end up being too careful. Anyways, you get the idea. I mean, for now, they do obviously have some slack to work with. It's not a critical issue right here at the start, but wait too long and it suddenly can become a critical issue, at which point they don't really have a lot of time there to act on. There we go, moving in. Luftwaffe company there for Angrybirds, likely a 2-1. Some Gibbons and Martyrs also are very likely here. Numbers for Caumoh. No, nothing really out the battlefield for Angrybirds. I do partly wonder if that might have been a misclick and he just was like, you know, not actually intending to go for it, but now he's stuck with it.
Bastards have secured our
That is something
territory
that
from
can happen. Or perhaps never know. No, not doing anything with it. Neither is Xufe making a decision. And Symbiosis and Caumoh aren't exactly doing much with their battle groups. I mean, they're close to doing anything with the battle group for five. It's just, you know, it's not even recently out of Symbiosis. You actually went for the Jeep of all things. I'm sure it's horrifying some, you know, Weasel enthusiasts that they actually went for a Weasel battle group and then builds a Jeep. 397 is 168. Got Angrybirds, they're going for the flak foot of the good old Flieger Abdecken with Reitseekers as pioneers. They are screaming as they get hunted down there with a Jeep. Soviets on the move here, north-east there. Firmly German finales. Panzerjägers pulling as well for Xufe, clearly indicating a great discomfort for light vehicles. And good time, there's the Humbers arrived. Jeep has gone down, taken out with those Germans. British forces trying to keep the Germans from advancing too fast. Of course, the Panzerjägers and the half-tracks may very well counter that attempt. Here we got their Val, I believe it's called there. Got some flares selected there for Symbiosis. Beyond that, nothing too much in terms of battle groups at Valor. Sappers routed, Rassport catch machine on the flanks to take it back. Caumoh, their briefs continue another section, but something holds them back, perhaps winning some Gurkhas down the road, who knows, but we've got a 6-pounder gun instead. And also, of course, be the significant threat of German mechanized forces there that causes it. Switch there to entertain guns. As for Angrybirds, I mean, it could have gone for 2-2 by now, so might just be a straight up move for the rear event here. Some Jaegers, probably find out in the near future. But we're still not seeing anything out of the battle. Not even saying an attempt to get an officer out, which I mean could be something to consider there. So not beating the allegations for now that he made the battle group choice by accident. As for Xufe, I mean, still nothing in terms of battle group. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more likely this just armor support is. It's just, you know, a broad, generic, but, you know, fairly solid battle group. It just works, like, no matter what build and what time you go for. It's just, you know, it works. Passport elements here for Xufe. Caches for Symbiosis. Most of the fighting continues to be here. I mean, east side is just seeing so little action. They really need to like do more over here rather than just focusing hard on the west. And here's the push back. While they're falling back, Germans for throwing a rebit there. Then sending the flak 34 so he couldn't catch the Humber maybe. There's a smoke there though. Looks like that up, I think, to rest there for Angrybirds. Because he's almost got 4 command points, but still haven't like done anything with the battle group.
Territory sector lost.
So, I mean, get Gurkhas out there for Caumoh, as I can expect, and there you go. Please pick the Italians and the officer. As in commander for Xufe. Might see the officer, but it's obviously it's not impossible. It's like going for something like the howitzer here.
Victory point is under enemy control.
Those two calls what Angrybirds assigned to do. At least it is worth noting we're not seeing the officer as well. I mean, he could give his troops a bit of boost, but a little bit of artillery. I mean, that is a nice amount of utility in a unit can provide. For now, Angrybirds isn't going there. In fact, at this moment, everyone but Angrybirds is actually going for the tank building there. Panzer Commando, tank depot, and company command post. Oh, even Angrybirds has got the Panzer Company on the way there. So they're pretty much all roughly at the same time span. You know, we're roughly around the 10-minute mark actually taking up. So that's actually a bit neat to see there. Bit neat. But at the same time, I'd still like to see a bit more there with some battle group stuff. They have the Germans. But yes, we got Whizbang selected here for Symbiosis. Looks like up with the Thompsons. Here displayed as with drum magazines, though while certainly popular with troops, are less popular with the higher ups as drum magazines. While they certainly have a higher capacity, they have a bunch of downsides, which makes well, more regular box magazines than known, you know, a bit more preferable. You can actually carry more box magazines than drum magazines, and they are overall a little less heavy, so they make the gun less heavy, which definitely has some benefits. Starstorm Flak 36, they'll know this is Germans. Howitzer selected for Angrybirds, so likely what he was aiming for. That's not to say, you know, again, some didn't use them, even just a few of them. And of course, also attempts like, you know, otherwise improvised solutions, making high capacity magazines. I believe that was most of the Americans that did. Who knows, probably the Germans as well. All the way, Starstorm never right around the corner.
Shock veterans have been relinquished to us.
G42 and G43s. Black 36 has arrived meanwhile here for Xufe. SSF commandos for Symbiosis. Also more workers for Caumoh, who's loading quite a bit of manpower at the moment. Matilda 2 infantry tank there for Caumoh in the British Empire. Me, of course, also like to, you know, go for foot guards. I mean, there's plenty of things here for Caumoh to jump into, but so far he's just standing there at the edge, not quite willing to make the jump into like any, you know, Josie swimming things ahead of him. 391 with 370. Tiltor is almost done here for Caumoh. Angrybirds can probably start building that howitzer soon enough. Let me see, and there you go, howitzer does begin extraction there. Consider version here. That one was one that was actually reasonably okay, but it did have to make some modifications to them when they were selling them to the Hungarians. It turns out they did have some flaws, but they did sell a bunch of them, so they actually fought like things. And the highlight, the Italian economy has some issues, as before. So, 391 within 29. Focus there more. We got the Whizbang, they almost done for Symbiosis already. Not really much in terms of the Germans. Obviously, they're focusing on, you know, guns. They're probably go for as many tanks as they always could. Good guards for Caumoh, and there you go. Smashing hit it from the Flak 36 right through the Matilda's front armor. Second shot here from the Flak 36 absolutely punches through as well there. Good guard's almost done. And fun fact about the Flak 36, there's Flak 88 as known. There was actually like an updated version that was much more advanced and also much more low profile, but it was also much more complex and hard to maintain. So they didn't see as much service outside the German borders. They did see some service in there in Normandy. It's one of those little fun things there. There you go, massive strike here, ripping through the Panzer Pioneer and White Whistle. And it's also on the run here. We've got 391 to 305. Rifle captain moving forwards. West side here. Getting more here by the MG unleashing hell there for a nice captain position. There you go, chilling fire there from Howitzer, hoping to break apart some allied forces, but unfortunately, it doesn't, at least for the German, probably fortunately for the Allies, it's not really hitting anything. Definitely undercuts a lot of the and of course, the East making some progress. Some mines down here, which does make it a bit harder for the Allies just to like approach the howitzer and, you know, call in stuff on it. Symbiosis with the BARs, the Browning automatic route on the West Grenadiers, putting up a fuse 5-round victory point But with the mid-hill 2 there, there's a little nasty threat there. They are getting absolutely ripped apart there. Watching as their own men getting knocked out by the tiny 2-pounder. And the Greys get wiped here. Painful blow there to Angrybirds. That ends up being a bit of a rout there, east side. German forces intercepting an allies might try and do anything to the howitzer.
Ability activated.
And a bunker there, probably going to boost it to its abilities. It does have such an ability that if it's near a bunker, it does receive some improvements. Between 67 to 97.
The enemy holds all victory points.
And there you go, triple cap from the allies, are going to get to the Germans. Until he just continues to roar its way here through the front line. Like a drunken gorilla. Oh.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Almost got the flak 30 there. There you go, flak 36 was great here on the Matilda twin food tank here. Foot gas with the Pioneers. Got the Pioneers sectioning in there. Flak 36 mauled here. West side, Pioneers basically. We got a Panda 4 there for Angrybirds. Whereas Xufe, I think, has yet to show much looking towards any armor himself. He's a good Panda face, but of course he might have big plans here. Who knows? Grenadiers also ripping through some of the American forces here. He's still not bound with Xufe, by the way. Slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, and he's just yet to make decisions. East the Allies down to prepare claims to the east side of the map. They have clearly not entirely forgotten it.
Victory point lost.
Another tank there for the Brits, another missile or 2 there for Caumoh. Symbiosis meanwhile got his whiz-bang there, just ready to whiz-bang again.
Infantry engaging us.
Doing 412 versus 297.
Are requesting orders, Commandant. We do not hold any victory points. We must counter.
Got Howitzer there with its abilities activated. Getting the steady supply. There's it fires extra shots.
We have
Being
300
a barrage.
points remaining.
Watch being nabbed here. We got the Grant on the way there. Right, on the Eagle train there. It's just got the Grant silhouette there. Some sort of train. This is no,
The ability is ready.
it wasn't. Assault Grenadiers in the half track ready for Xufe to lead away towards victory. NC. But there you go, rock on the run in the face of the Panther. We got 264 to 97. Innocent of British forces sauntering the way through there. And there you go, machine gun in a bit of trouble. Escaping the deluge. Vipers, rocks there. Matilda going for the flank of the Panther 4, doing some light damage to Angrybirds Panther. He's got more dust away meanwhile. Even as Xufe's finds his attempt to grab the center victory point, aggressively frustrated by allied defenders. Got another whiz-bang there for Symbiosis. More rocket artillery. Howitzer remains a bit quiet here for now for Mr. Angrybirds. So there's certainly some potential targets here he could try and aim the Howitzer at to shoot at. Might even make some hits.
Stoßtruppen, armed and ready.
As long as he does it fast enough, the allies just don't, you know, walk away before things happen, which does appear to be what's happening there. So,
Artillery
okay,
batteries are
shifting away
requesting
there.
orders,
It's got a
Commandant.
better target. It's not. That being fixed up there. Auto firing. Nope. He's he has the option to fire, but to do so. Lighter skirmishing here and there, still on tanks for Xufe. The way things are starting to look does, to me at least, feel like he might
MIA.
service them.
Presumed dead.
With another that's almost 20 minutes of the game. So it's only to pick back from there. Go whiz bang. Unleashing everything they need to miss. There we go. Though cleared out by the Italian Howards. They're completely eviscerating the crew. Nice shooting there. Graysman going for the 6-pounder gun here. Oh, to get hit by whiz bang and their artillery here. Massive loss there. Grenadier squad wiped out. scattered across the fields and turned into fertilizer. Bit more damage here and there.
Our enemy has control over all victory points. An MG-42 has been decrewed. Do not let it fall into enemy hands.
There we go, 6.9 get destroyed instead. Watching the call in and the Axis forces machine gun wiped out. And we can see the Angrybirds forces definitely starting to look a bit worse from where there. Things are rather heavy losses. Does need to be a bit, I think, more mindful of that. So with the Allies having at least some advantages there, not something they want to like maintain. East side here, riflemen moving about with the bars. We got another squad on the way there for Symbiosis. Even as center being taken out by the Germans once more. Still no battle group here for Xufe. Another pentacle of Angrybirds. Vessel being very meowing. Get one's attention. So Xufe is still no battle group. He's floating almost 500 munitions. He's got 240 manpower, 415 fuel, 460 is sending out manpower. And you still feel like you could be doing something with all these resources. At the very least, the munitions could fund something a bit more useful here for Xufe than collecting dust.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
So if he's trying to, like, you know, run a secret account filled with munitions. Sapper sneaking in here with 157 to 97. Blackfish being brought in to try and control the center here. It's the Allied advance, just shows no signs of stopping. Like an avalanche of steel coming down the stairs of the local office building.
We have command points that we have lost a flak gun.
154, so 97. Down crew there, utterly gone. Black 30 still down somehow.
The enemy has claimed
more
our
machine
territory
guns.
for their own.
Officer supports their Angrybirds and his panzer thumbs up. Above training here for Symbiosis.
There's an officer stationed. Concrete
Axis
fortifications
forces definitely having a bit of struggle here, finding, I think, their foothold once more. Particular Angrybirds seem to be getting beaten with the long end of the stick.
Artillery batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
Rocket swooping in there with actually 2 Thompsons. 107 versus 297. Fighting continues to mostly focus on the center with little action on the sides. Something really not for what head on there. Good time to take out the Xufe, still on battle with almost 500 munitions. It's just sort of shooting but not really doing too much with it.
Victory point is under enemy control.
I give a little bit of waste of a barrage there.
An MG-42 team is ready.
T-42 team ready. Veterans T3 bike get ready for Xufe finally. Rough bombs out grenades on the turn. Here we got 130 cables to a 97. Hanging hard in these teams with the Panther 4s. Caumoh bringing in the 17-pounder guns, which is Flak 30 cleared up again here. And it forces unstoppable in that quest to clear out the Flak 30 crew.
Artillery batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
Another massive barrage, and again, not much to really show for it. Certainly only helps the Axis forces if the Allies are just wasting their barrages. Meanwhile, continued pursuit here in the west by Xufe, hunting down his Symbiosis forces. He's got a Hellcat tank on the way there. Still got the 2 Matildas for Caumoh, but not much else. The Matildas might be starting to show as they think the end of the lifespan for this match. Might be worthwhile there to consider aiming for something a bit bigger. Matildas, maybe some grants. We should see what happens. Emo Angrybirds with the ships in the way.
Confirmed. Ability activated.
2 thumbs up.
Armored skirt supplied. Good hunting.
Very nice. 123 to 97. We got a bag on the way here for Xufe. And Ericon's got a Symbiosis. Up.
We should. Understood. MG-42 upgrade on the way.
I don't know where that sucker was supposed to hit at.
Orders, Commandant.
Oh, that was an air. Well, Chop for some reason thought it was the Tiger tank shooting. He's like, why is the Tiger tank shooting at that? Something must have gone wrong. And there goes Symbiosis. Like using the whiz bang to ride around his Symbiosis. Thumbs up. Got a barrage here.
We have lost the flak gun.
Looking to drown out the Germans. Rockets behind the
Upgrade complete.
270.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point. Victory point lost. We have lost the sector.
Machine gun there, being overwhelmed. Versace, great shot onto the Matilda 2 there, leaving it stuck on the big 2 point. 123 to 256, Matilda getting battery 2. Even as in the west, Xufe is on the hunt. Here's Tiger taking the spear effort here. Sherman's regular all the way for Symbiosis. Honestly, might have to consider upgunning his Shermans and popping the rocket pod on those to have a better chance here. We'll see. Then we've got more to find the Sim knocking out the bunker. East side of the remains very open with nothing really happening. Well, instead of being super getting a bit too bold, trying to drop off the flak for the 6 there. But got about the utility opponent to pull in and might actually see the flak for the 6 have been wiped. Castle.
The enemy has 250 points left.
Back for more attention. Getting a bit messy here for Xufe in the west, but maybe need some assistance here of Angrybirds. Angrybirds, meanwhile, is finding himself a bit preoccupied around the centre. There's a fair bit going on here.
The ability is ready for you.
Has got some views there, just continuing to empty rocket pods there into the Germans. And we finally got back with the Xufe, by the way. Armoured support again. Not much of a surprise there. It's certainly the most picked DAK battlefield there for the reason. Another flag for the 6 here, though, for Xufe to replace one lost. Got the 17-pounder gun also back here for the Allies. They just took a massive hit here out of Angrybirds howitzer. Got vessels still for attention.
Research completed.
More Panther Force for Angrybirds. Thumbs up. Still do with a bit more infantry in my opinion. Maybe an officer.
The enemy falters. They are down to 200 points.
Less than 200 points left. We got 123 versus 192. Another flak 56 here for Xufe. Even more flak 56s, it would appear. Up to a total of 2 flak 36s. Which is definitely above the average. You know, 10 to 2 match.
Artillery batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
These are the Panther Force. Going for the Nation Sherman here, pulling up right down to any Allied presence. And there goes Sherman kaput. 123, 163. Almost at the Guggers there, very, very close call. Also strikes could be cat on the way there. Even as Xufe's second flak 56 is right around the corner. 56. Turning into a bit of a slug out here in the centre, meat grinder. And a 4-inching ahead here, now they need to actually their Angrybirds on the way. They're shooting here in the east side, American forces. Up to something, but I think they're up to 2 Panther Force very much dampens their enthusiasm and ferocity there.
and crew available.
Allied forces are being held back. Germans refuse to give an inch. Also, linemen, keep shooting at the Tommies and the Americans. And not to shoot the Italians, though, we still need some. Each with Spain there, finding those experiences does not go that far in the face of Panther Force. There go foot guards. White, sting and blow there to the Allies.
Enemy action has destroyed our emplacement.
These sunny buffers with plenty backed up of running straight in for
An
two now.
MK-42 has been decrewed. Do not let it fall
Machine
into
guns getting
enemy
white
hands.
here. We will be successful. Oh! Got one utility with a flag 36. There, good work there by the Axis forces. You get some attempts to get to the east victory point here in the east, but very much told to go back home west by the Germans and the Hungarians.
Ability activated. Artillery batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
And there we go. More Hellcats there for Symbiosis.
Understood.
There's the three of the ready here for
MK-42
Xufe.
upgrade on the way.
Bit of quad here. Now to continue, I think, fairly good work here for Angrybirds. Perhaps
We have
actually
lost control
32
of the victory
casualties is
point.
like pretty good. It's pretty good. So west side here, Allies lining up to something. So they build up for a larger push here. Having to catch the opponent's bit off guard and then dive in deep.
Victory point lost.
Not looking down the platform here, but they very much themselves by the opportunity to shoot, and subsequently getting their faces punched in. 123, 120, pretty close in terms of victory points, but casualty wise,
Artillery batteries are
the
requesting
Germans
orders,
are starting
Commandant.
to think build a more noticeable and significant lead here up. In the west side, Xufe assault continues. He's being chucked, rapidly in trouble. Eager. Where's the time? It's there. Back for the 6th though. Do some of the work here instead. Clock is ticking. Rifle getting mauled. Got the Hellcat swing in there. Right into the Armoured Fist at the far end of the Panther Force. Bring in the like that hard to run.
Ability ready for
There we
you,
go,
Commander.
catching his Armoured elements in a pretty devastating maneuver. Out whiz bang down Hellcats, batting in trouble for them. 17-pound gun though, taking out one of the Panther Force, but there's still 2 to go. Get the TIE to join the fun, they got Massive trying to attack from the head. And now's the time to try and attack me.
Do not falter now. They
Set up
only
there.
have 100 points. Converting into an anti...
There you go. Game over. Victory for the Axis forces, loss for the Allies. In the end, I do think both sides could have played more to the sides of the map. I think that was one of the issues. They just, I think, too tunnel vision on the center. Good deal of the time. Save for the Allies. Probably open up some new opportunities and paths to advance versus the Axis. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the match. You'll learn something from it. This is Imperial Links in Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.